The lighthouse in Portsmouth that really kind of brought so many of us together back in the late 60s and early 70s. It was an absolutely unbelievable time. A lot of us had liked to say that we all went to different high schools together because we didn't really hang out with the folks from our own high schools. It didn't matter if you were on this side, Princess Anne, or Kickingham, Hampton, York High, where I was. We all went to the clubs and hung out with each other. So that's kind of where that expression came about. Robyn, this is our queen hippie mother. Come on up here a little bit. She is, she didn't fall for me 40 years ago. Robyn has really organized this one, and 10 years ago, and 20 years ago. I know I didn't tell you I was going to do this to you, but would you just say something? You got it all going.
I just want to thank everybody who's here, and hopefully this place is going to fill up as it gets a little more later in the day. And I want to give my love to Peppy and Morna. That's what this 40th year reunion is all about. I wasn't even going to do a 40th year reunion. Peppy was going to do it. And then he got diagnosed with cancer, so he's just going through chemo. He's a little too tired to do that kind of thing. So we decided to have a reunion just so that he could see everybody, all the lives that he influenced. We all used to hang out at the lighthouse, we made friends, and obviously it was lasting friendships because here we all are again, we're still friends 40 years later. And all that is thanks for Peppy for giving us a place to go when we were too young to go in bars and we just needed a place to get off the street and listen to our music and feel like we belonged to something. And Peppy gave us all that. And thank you.
Drive from Yorktown to get there and just absolutely loved going to the lighthouse. We all, of course, remember a lot of the bands, Hunger, Snuff, Norfolk Aliens, Young Sound, and of course, when the Allman Brothers came and played on Kickingham Avenue, for God's sakes, they just knocked their socks off, and Deep Purple came, so it really did give all of us a place to go and something to do. Robyn covered a whole lot of what I was going to say there. One thing, this is our hippie reunion, but you can't ignore the fact, none of us can, that today is also September 11th and it's the 10th anniversary, and we'd be remiss if we didn't at least acknowledge that. Everybody on here, I'm sure, has their own story of where they were, when it happened, and what they remember, and it's affected all of our lives in many ways. I thought we should take a moment of silence for everybody that was lost that day, and those who have been lost since that day as a result of it. And so we'll do that, and I'm going to ask Rick to say something, because I know you want to say something too. So we can just have a moment of silence, please.
Quiet, everyone, please. Quiet!
Thank you. And Rick, where are you? You said you wanted to say something about 9/11. Rick, over there. You wanted to say something about 9/11? Yes?
Come on, old man, move.
Good afternoon. My name is Rick Jones. Today is 9/11. 10 years ago today, our country got woke up. We realized that there was really evil out there that we could not imagine. But we're still here. And all I want you guys to do is remember this. When a building catches fire, 20 minutes after it catches fire, the structural integrity of that building is in question. Firefighters know this, and those men and women, they went into that building knowing that there was no guarantees, but they went in anyway. I couldn't imagine what I could say to my fellow firefighters to get them to do that. And these words came to me one night in a dream. There are no heroes in hell. Remember our men and women. Thank you very much.
you can see the list. We have a lot of bands. A lot of the guys who were in the bands back in the day have come back together and reconstituted, rehearsed, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. We get to hear a lot of good original music today. That'll be fabulous. We have a raffle going on. Pigeon was just coming up to remind me to talk about the raffles. It's in my brain, girl. So we have raffles going on here for $1, $5, $10. There's been a lot of really cool things donated. One of the coolest is the poster signed by Greg Allman. We have photographs of some rock stars, books, CDs, all kinds of original art, clothing. We'll explain in detail. We got 8 or 9 or 10 or however many hours here today. We'll explain in detail over and over. You're going to hear me telling you a lot to do this and how to do it. So I'm not going to get into everything right now. But it's self-explanatory. You get to try for what it is that you want. It's not just an arbitrary picking. And it seems to me that the odds of getting what you want probably going to be pretty darn good. So I'd say go for it. Hope you all brought plenty of money. We wanted to start with sort of a semi-patriotic song. I get to sing that. We're trying to figure out what we should do, and I thought let's get something by Woody Guthrie, because Woody was a hippie before his time anyway, and I love him because he was also a little bit disrespectful, and he worked that in there, and he had that sign on the guitar that said "This machine kills fascists," and that kind of always appealed to me anyway. So. Gotta get the lead off of the music, huh? Holy moly. So here we go. And feel free, if you know the words anywhere, just jump on in, all right? It's a group grow. So, this land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw before me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. And I run and I rambled and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, while all around me a voice was sounding. It said, this land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, a voice was chanting as the fog was lifting. It said, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign it said, no trespassing, but on the other side it didn't say nothing. That sign was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. All right, now I'll get the joy of introducing what's left of Mondeo. All right.
How y'all doing today? Look, before I start, I'd like to read something I received in the mail yesterday. In 1969, I went on my first and only